If you clicked on this video, you're probably having a bit of a tough time in your running journey, and trust me, I've been there and it's really not a nice place to be. My name is Emily, I am training for the Brighton Marathon next year, and I started running consistently in April, so a few months ago, and I had run before previously, but I thought I hated it. I thought running was not for me. I was not a running girly. However, the past few months I've had a total shift in my mindset towards running, and I really think I have the secret to enjoy running and helping you change your mindset if running is something that you want to take up or you have a goal in mind. Simple tips I think will help change your mindset towards running, and you can basically start actioning these straight away. So I wanted to start off the video by saying just go easy on yourself, because running is not easy. It is so hard, physically but also mentally. If you think about it, it's very rare that people will start something new and be good at it straight away. I mean, trust me, there are those people and we hate them. No, I'm joking. Those people do exist, but for the majority of people, it takes time. It takes so much work, effort, mental strength, physical strength, and a lot of these take time to build up. Everybody has to work towards being good at something. If you take anything away from this video, it's just go easy on yourself. Like, running is supposed to be fun and a way to challenge yourself physically and mentally. It is not the end of the world if you have a bad run or if you're the slowest person at the park run. It doesn't matter. The main thing is like you're actually showing an interest in running, you're showing up for yourself, and you know, you're getting out there and doing it. It doesn't matter if you're bad at it. I think that's the kind of nice thing about running, is because it is, for me, like something that I do on my own. I'm only in competition with myself, and I've never had that with any other sport. So that's why I love running, and just go easy on yourself. So if I'm not comfortable when I'm running, I'm not happy, and it's as simple as that. Buying the right running gear for you in terms of the sports bras, the vests, long sleeve tops, shorts, leggings, whatever it might be, it's so important. I'm not even going to go through specifically what I use in detail in this video because it is so specific to each person. I will leave a link to my favourite pieces, but I would highly recommend going out, trying some things on, figuring out if you like running in baggier shorts, in tight shorts, in leggings, just to make sure that when you go out there, you feel as comfortable as you can and you can really focus on the run. You're not feeling self-conscious, things aren't rubbing in the wrong way, and you don't even need to spend a lot of money to do that. The only thing I would recommend putting a bit of money to the side for is a decent pair of running shoes, just to make sure that you're not going to get injured, you're not going to get blisters, stuff like that. As somebody very wise, much wiser than me, said somewhere in the world, comparison is the thief of joy. And it is actually so true, and I've learned from this in my own experience, is that if you're constantly filling your Instagram page, your TikTok, your Strava, whatever it is, with people who are running at a pace that feels totally unachievable to where you are right now, we're only human. Obviously, we're going to start feeling that we aren't good enough, or just that general comparison to somebody else. When we don't know their journey, we don't know how many hours and days and years they've spent getting to the point that they are now, but we don't rationalize it that way in our heads when we see it. So one thing that I would really suggest is curating your social media so that you can see a whole variety of different people. We have power to some extent of what we see and what we don't see. So if you are currently only seeing people who are running like under a 6 kilometer pace and you're way off that at the minute, that's just not where you are, you can either mute these people, unfollow these people, or you could find people that are running at a similar pace to you, or people that don't even talk about pace, or people that just have a totally different attitude towards running, because they do exist. And I have mentioned some people in a previous video, so I will link that video below so that you can watch that. It was in a Q&A. And trust me that they do exist, and just being aware that there's other people that are in a similar boat to you is really reassuring, and it makes you feel like you're not the only person in the world who is running a 7-8 kilometer pace, because you're not the only person. And the sooner that you start to fill your feed with people like that, the quicker that you will understand that actually there's a lot of different types of runners out there. I also have a really lovely virtual running group on Strava. It's called the Slow Run Club, and anyone in the world is welcome to join. I think there's like 1.4 thousand of us there at the minute, which is really cool. And people are sharing their running journeys in there. They're talking about what races they're training for, They're sharing pictures of their really lovely views as they run from, you know, all over the world. So I'll leave a link and you can join that. And it's just a really, really nice space for runners of all different kinds. There are some quicker runners in there, and then there's also runners like myself who are running at around 7-20 km pace. And then there's people running at 8 km pace and above. So there is a real nice mix of diverse runners in there, and I would highly recommend that you join if you are getting struck by this comparison bug on Strava and just online in general. The next way to enjoy running is to know that you don't need to just go out and do the same sort of run every single time. For me, I found that really, really boring. So as soon as I started using a running plan to get out there, it meant that my runs were way more varied, and I was doing different types of runs. I was doing easy runs, long runs, interval training. There's so many different types of runs, which for me really help bring variety to the run, which is important for like improving your overall running performance. But also mentally, it's really good to know that you are mixing it up throughout the week and you're not going out there and doing the exact same thing. So I find that really enjoyable. For example, like intervals, I find physically really hard and kind of mentally too, but I do get a lot of enjoyment from those runs because it is such a change of pace from the easy runs and the long runs that I've been doing. So you don't even need a goal, really. You don't even need to have a race booked to benefit from a running plan. Just say it gives you a lot of varied workouts, and it makes me personally able to get out the door more often, and then I see improvements and I enjoy running more. You don't even need a goal to benefit from a running plan. I think it is just nice to kind of go out, have someone tell you what to do, and you know you're going to be getting a lot of different types of runs throughout the week, which is really, really beneficial. If you are interested in the running plan that I'm doing, I'll leave a link below and you can check it out, and you can get 2 weeks free as well. So when I cracked this last season, it was such a big breakthrough for me, and it's going to sound really simple, and if you follow me on Instagram you probably already know this because I talk about it all the time. Start slow and then go even slower. I slowed down my runs from maybe like a 7-minute kilometre to an 8-minute kilometre, and by doing that I was able to run for longer, and it also meant that I wasn't totally out of breath and I actually enjoyed the runs that I was doing. Which brings me on to make your easy runs actually easy. For these sorts of runs, I would honestly say don't even look, if you're wearing a watch, don't look at your pace. Run intuitively, which is what I tend to do for easy runs, or you could also look at your heart rate to make sure that you're staying in the right zone. I'm normally in zone 2, I think, for my easy runs. Just don't kill yourself on every run. I think people just think that for every single run that you do, you're supposed to be getting quicker with every run, you're supposed to be putting more effort in for every run, and that is just not how it is. Not even the pros do that. Probably only push my pace for 1 run out of the 3 that I do every week, just to put it in context of my training. And guess what? Running slowly actually means that it's going to build your level of fitness, which means that you're going to be able to run for longer, and eventually you're going to be also able to run quicker if that is your end goal. So slow running really is like the way to run, and it's the way to enjoy running, which for me is the most important part of it. And that kind of wraps it up. So yeah, thank you for watching. I really hope that some of these tips were helpful. If there's anything in particular that you liked in this video, let me know in the comments, because I would love to know how you found it. And yeah, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video.